Hey everyone, how are ya? Hope you've had a better day than me. I've been in the dark most of it. Had a massive electrical storm hit Brisbane today, and I was standing out in the balcony just after I got home from shopping, and I saw this like flicker of light, like a flash from a camera. It was, and I could feel it. That's how close it was. And then our building got hit, and I'm up near the top. So it's sort of when the concussion came, it was absolutely massive and knocked out all the buildings around us. That's how heavy it was. And then there were plenty of other lightning strikes all around Brisbane. I could see from my balcony, just lightning hitting everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Just knocked out a lot of Brisbane. And but finally got the lights on about 5-6 minutes ago. So that was timing. Otherwise, I was going to have a heap of candles around me. My daughter's got all these scented candles. So while it was a bit dim. It at least smelled good here. And it's like when you walk past a lot of the candle shops, and all you get is this big waft of fragrance coming in. That's what I was getting. So yeah, made it very hard to do anything. Obviously, didn't have any internet apart from my data on my phone and things like that. So I haven't been able to get anything done. And but like a lot of people have been telling me, messaging me and posting, and like my own daughter said, she goes, well, it's Sunday day, just have some time to yourself and get some things done. You had a huge day yesterday getting some stuff done. And so I said, all right, so that's what I'll do today. I'll have a bit of a rest and a relax sort of thing, and catch up with my daughter and my rest of my family, and talk to a few people socially and things like that. And then I'll get stuck into it first thing in the morning. I'll even go to bed a little earlier than 5:30 in the morning, like I did this morning. I'm shocking for that. I get so many people nagging me, go to bed, sort of thing. It's like I got 3,000 mothers sometimes telling me to go to bed. Yeah, and you know who you are, some of you. Yeah, Juliet and Elaine, Mandy, and all that. Go to bed. Shocking, but it was good. Couple of things I want to cover. I was talking to Jamie Hall, and he's busy delving in. He's gone from the first account all the way down, like number 2, number 3, number 4, and seeing which ones were missed, which ones they were linked to, and then who's linking to them. It's a big job because he's going to go through every single one of it to see if he can find a pattern within the whole thing, which is why a couple of people have been skipped. And then he's going to find, once he finds the pattern, he'll go in and find the code that links all that and correct it if he can. Well, he'll be able to. If he'll be able to do it one way or the other. It's fixable, whatever it is. I don't know if it's going to just be like that, or whether he's going to have to do a fair bit of work. But Jamie's on it already and going through it quite nicely. So thank you, Jamie, for doing that. Saving our backsides again, like you did with the hacker. And so that's all good. So that's an update for those people who did get skipped. I know Gianne on 266 got skipped, and number 25, 26, 27 got skipped as well. So, and they're waiting to go to level 4. So that's, again, good thing about Bitcoin sort of thing, being in Bitcoin only. Doesn't matter if Bitcoin doubled right now. That just means you get twice as much, even if you're going to have to pay higher to get in with it, if you're buying that 10, account strategy. And if you're doing that sort of thing, it's not going to make any difference in the end, because you've already got more than enough from the flipping, but the cycling through. But I do understand your frustration. We've got enough people where I would have gone to level 5, so I'm basically level 5. Yay, level 5! And we did that quite a while ago. We did that about 400 odd people ago, accounts ago. But because 24, 25, I think, and 26 or something, or 25, 26, 27. Didn't upgrade, and I think 31 didn't upgrade. I didn't upgrade, but basically we've got the numbers already. It's all done. So as soon as they're fixed, sort of thing, I'll upgrade as well. So big celebration. I'll make a big post about it and things like that, which is fantastic. So that was cool. So that'll get done. So I'm waiting like the rest of you, and I'm waiting for like just over half a Bitcoin, which I'll be using for advertising anyway. A lot of my ones where I waited for a lot of people to come in, a lot of mine are cycling right now, and I do have to give out some of those accounts, but they're a little higher, so there's still time. Don't worry, guys. basically, by the time I get them all converted over to you guys, which will be tomorrow morning, you'll be flipping pretty, you'll be cycling pretty soon. The way we're going, we're flying through. Juliet got the 2,500th member posting. I get that right. And she's given a post. There was a bit of confusion sort of thing from her sort of thing, misunderstanding sort of who it was and everything like that, because they disappeared and then they've come back and stuff like that. So that's all been taken care of, and I don't know if she's already fixed that up sort of thing, but that was really great. Jose brought in his friend, and that's the guy that got the account sort of thing. So that was very lucky for him. So that was really, really good. Thanks, Jose, for bringing people in. You're a top bloke, and so that's all good. So that was a. And Juliet said next time she'll just let me run the competition. She'll still put up, she'll put up the account or something if she wants to do it again, but she'll get me to run it and stuff like that. She didn't realise that it takes a bit of work to, not the one she's one to shirk from work, but she's never done it before, so it was the first time she's ever had to do something like that. So good on her, and thank her very much. I thank her very much for doing that. That was giving away one of your accounts when you're not the owner and things like that, and you haven't bought thousands or. I mean, I've only bought 100 anyway, and I've given away half of them. But, when you haven't bought a lot, giving away one is a very precious thing, or even buying one for someone else is a very precious thing. So I thank her very much for that. It's sort of like Terry Phillips giving away 5 of her accounts for the cats. And I talked about yesterday about this little kitten or little cat that was had all sorts of problems, had broken ribs and chemical burns and things like that done to it. And how we're helping. I'm personally helping with that cat's rehabilitation, and so is a couple of the admin. Are throwing in money to help her help little Fidget. And Terry's got a new post on the wall about it, and it's got a nice picture of Fidget sort of thing, all basically being healed by the vets sort of thing, which is all good news. So. If anyone was wondering, Fidget, the little cat that got hurt so badly, is doing quite well. So there's an update there. So, but giving away members giving away their accounts and things like that, that's very big of you. You don't have to do that, but you're doing it anyway. Just lets people know that members of Bitcoin Ascension aren't in it just for themselves, and everyone else can go to hell. So we're working together, and we're educating people who have never recruited before, marketed before, or even done a program before, have come into Bitcoin Ascension, and they're bringing other people in. I'm not talking about huge, they haven't automatically become huge leaders and recruiters and things like that, but they're bringing in people they didn't think they'd bring in. I think Mandy today said she was bringing one of her bosses in, sort of thing, which is great, sort of thing. That's what anyone can do this. And it's really exciting that way. And they don't have to be massive recruiters. I was talking to someone today, and they were asking about the one link. What does it actually mean? So I thought, well, I'll explain it now, as briefly as I can, so it makes sense. The reason I went with one link instead of referral link is because in the past, many matrix programs, other programs where you're investing and things like that, it's completely different. With a matrix program, if you have a referral link, the only people that really make money are the people who can recruit, and the other ones who have trouble with that or don't know how to do that and things like that, they don't. They simply don't. If you're a leader who can bring in 5,000 people, I'm sure you could make this work if you had it on a referral link basis sort of thing, but there's not that many that can actually do that. Okay, there are some, but not many. I had a choice of either catering for the 5% who could, people like myself, Tom, we can recruit, right? And we'd make money. I could do that. That's no problem. I either wanted to cater for the 5% or I wanted to cater for 100% of the world that could do this. So I chose the 100%, and as simple as that. With the one link, it's the system that slots you in the next available position. And if you are someone who's a major recruiter, you'll be advertised. You can bring 1,000 people in, and they won't go all under you. okay? Just so we're clear, they won't all go under you. But at the same token, while they're spread all out helping people and pushing people through, because I think 100% of people so far who could have followed my strategy, all those people you're helping to push through with your efforts are then coming in and pushing your guys through over and over and over again. That's the art of having a single link. The system does it all. It upgrades you, it pays you, it does all of that, and everyone is equal. Now, I can understand some leaders, and with most leaders, or even just marketers who haven't got big teams but know how to recruit and things, they're saying, well, you know, and I understand where they're coming from. We're doing the hard work, and then you've got the lazy people who do nothing, who sit there and do nothing. Now, you've all been in, most of you have probably been in a 9-to-5 job, right? You've got your, and someone was trying to call me then, which was pretty funny. Sorry about that if I blanked out there. Someone just tried to call me. Bad timing. I'll shoot them later. But where was I? Oh, that's right. You've all been in that 9-to-5 job, or a lot of you have been into it, and a lot of you might have worked like a cubicle job and things like that. Now, you had, say, 20 people in your department. Not all 20 people worked hard, but they all got paid, if you know what I mean. Government departments, things like that, or even working warehouse, things like that. You always had those guys that stand at the back corner and chat, and you'd have the people that actually did the work. Now, you all got paid the same, which we always thought was unfair. So I understand where these recruiters are coming from, saying, I'm doing all this work, and you've got people just sitting there doing nothing. Now, in this case, with Bitcoin Ascension, you will have your lazy people, right, who go, well, you know, I'll just sit back and see if it works. They'll rationalise it. They'll make it, you know, legitimise them doing nothing, right? I don't have to do anything. I've been in programs with Ivan before or whatever, and they didn't pay, so he owes me, right? It can be that idea, or it can be, I'm not sure. I don't think it'll work, but I'll wait till it pays and then I'll recruit someone. And they're those people. Not saying they're lazy, but that's their reasoning behind it. But for the most part, for the people who haven't yet started juicing away with this and things like that, most of it's education. A lot of these people have never done anything like this before. So instead of seeing them as lazy people myself, I see them as people who just need to learn. And if they want to learn. But you're only going to learn if you want to learn. And believe me, it is the easiest thing to do in the world. And as I said, making that one comment on someone's post is doing your part. That's all it takes. It doesn't take much. But that's what I tell these big recruiters, and the big recruiters are coming in, and they're in. They're already here. They're already recruiting, and they're already bringing people in. And I can understand their point of view because they do a lot of work, but they may not see results for themselves straight away, and they've done all this work. So I can understand their point of view, and I actually totally get where they're coming from, and I'm sure you all do too. If you understand where I'm coming from right now, you can understand where they're coming from as well. So I'm not saying, I'm not going to be like some of these other programs where if you don't advertise, I'm going to kick you out or anything like that. That's not me. You know that. You know me by now, a lot of you. I wouldn't do something like that. I would beseech you to take out that 5-10 minutes a day, if not for anyone, but for yourself, because you want to succeed in something. And I know you'll always get those people who come in and say nothing ever works for me, and then they sit and they do the same thing they did in every other program. They sit there and they watch, and that's all they do, and then they wonder why it didn't work. Okay, now in a lot of those cases, with some programs, you've either got to put a lot of money in or bring in a lot of people to get any sort of real result. You might make $5, $10, but to get the sort of money we're talking about, especially with Bitcoin Ascension, you usually have to work really, really, really hard. But because we're all working together under one link, you don't have to work really, really, really hard to make that sort of money. But if you want to make it faster, 5-10 minutes a day. I know lots of people who have come in, and I could name a good 50 or 60 people who have never brought anyone into a program ever, and have managed to be able to bring people into Bitcoin Ascension. That's how simple it is. It's just telling word of mouth. Even if you're not advertising on Facebook, you know, you don't know how to do the funnels, you don't know how to do the Instagram and things like that. You can open your mouth and you can talk to someone, okay, in most cases. Me, I never have a problem opening my mouth. Everyone knows that. So, but yeah, that's how simple it is. And this isn't me telling you go out there and recruit. I'm just telling you how simple it is and how I answered this one person's question today, who does know how to recruit and does know how to bring in thousands of people. But I see their point of view. Why would they want to bring in thousands of people when they're not going to benefit at all? Because no one else is, well, not everyone is doing it, as far as they're concerned. So you really do have to see it from both sides of the fence there. Both points of view are equally as valid, okay? So don't say, oh, they're just greedy and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's about, hey, if I'm going to do the work sort of thing, I want people to at least comment on my ads and things like that and support. You know, if they're not going to bring people in because they don't know how or for any other reason that I said before, then they can make a comment. You know, it's not like they have to go out and bring people in until they're more confident. If you are wanting to learn how to recruit people or advertise and things like that, my first rule of thumb with any program you go into is learn how it works. Because if anyone's going to listen to you, you have to know how it works. And basically that's just giving them information. It's a 2x6 matrix, person to person, but it's fully automated. One link, one team. That's it, going through, and you're paid in Bitcoin only, right? So that's basically it. And they go, oh, wow, that's really cool. Can you tell me a bit more? Okay, go to the website. On the front page, Ivan's done a prospect call. Go listen to that. And then come back and see if there's any questions. Now, if you have any questions, if they have any questions that you don't know how to answer, you design a 3-way chat in Facebook. If you don't know how to do that, just the chat you're in, you hit the plus sign, add me. Or whatever, you know, talk to me first and then add me in. I am quite happy to go in and answer any of their questions that they may have. I'll spend all day doing that to help bring people in and help people help themselves. Okay, that's how simple it is. It may sound a little complicated, but once you start doing it, it's really, really easy. But it just takes, you have to want to do it. You know, to do anything, you have to want to do it in the first place. You know, don't do it grudgingly, because that'll come through when you're talking to someone. But if you're like me and like most of the people in Bitcoin Ascension and quite excited about what's going on, then it's not so hard. It's actually fun. You know, have you heard of this? And you'll get people say, nah, I'm not touching that. It's Ponzi or it's pyramid or it's, you know, I heard such and such join, so I'm not doing it. These people really don't want to secure their future. They always think they know better. Do not be disheartened by people like that. You go, thank you very much. Big smiley face with the emoji, right? And you move on. If you even talk to people like, if you ever heard people like Zig Ziglar and people like that, great salesmen of our past. And they say, you know, you talk to 10, you get none. You talk to 10, you get none. You talk to 10, you get one. Talk to 10, you get one for a while, and then talk to a 10, you get two. And if you can go past 3 out of 10, you're a super salesman. You know, or in our case, recruiter. So don't be disheartened by the people that say no. It's nothing to do with you. Don't take it personally. It's always to do with them. But if you know what you're talking about, if you know your product, so to speak, you're not going to have a problem. And the good thing about Bitcoin Ascension is you've got a hell of a lot of backup. You've got so many people. If you just seen some of the posts that come in here where people are just asking a general question in a post, there's always between 10 to 50 comments of people trying to help that person. And that's what makes us different from a lot of other programs. There's so many people here to back you up, it's incredible. And it's not because they're trying to steal your people away from you, because it's one link. That's what makes it really, really good. You know, they're not going to sneak their referral link in or anything like that. It's all open, it's all honest. And that's why I encourage anyone who is a major recruiter, come in, because yep, your guys are going to help everyone else, even if they don't help you directly at first. But then all the people they're helping are going to come in and help all of you guys. And that's what makes it so fantastic. So there's my preaching for the day, but I wanted everyone to be clear on why I chose one link and not referral links. Because ultimately in a matrix system, the referral links will only work for a short while. You build up 200 people underneath you. You've made a bit of money to start with, but then it peters out. You're not bringing people in. The people you have brought in aren't bringing people in. You know, and then you've got to wait for the rest of the system to catch up. But I didn't want to do it this way. I want it where the system will do it so everyone is caught up. So with our system, you've heard the term spillover, right? You know, most of the time it's a myth. Right at the beginning, it always happens, but then it's a bit of a myth, okay? Because the system can't keep up, especially in the matrix system. The way I've designed it, it is nothing but spillover, okay? That's all it is spillover. So everyone says, oh, no, spillover doesn't exist. Well, that's all this is. Because I've used one link, everyone gets spillover because it has to work that way. It can't work any other way. So, yeah, I don't like usually using the word spillover. I usually flinch if someone uses the word spillover because it's overused in systems that don't actually work that way 100% of the time. I think ours is one of the only systems that actually does work where it's 100% spillover all of the time. But, you know, we've all got to put in the effort, a little bit of effort. Some put in a lot of effort. Some people put in a little bit of effort. But as long as you're putting in some effort, we'll keep growing and we'll keep expanding and we'll keep getting better and better. And all the things that we're bringing in this year, you're going to have nothing but excitement over and over and over again. Okay, so that's the end of my preaching. I'm very good with sermons, aren't I? Eh? Father Ivan. Not really. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? The Valentine's Day comp, of course. We've got people commenting on my post. If you don't know which my post is for the Valentine's Day promotion or competition, it's the one with the nice little rose love hearts made out of roses in there. I bumped it up just earlier. If you're buying a position for a loved one for your Valentine, and you just put their name and username, or you can do a little print screen of the actual position number and things like that, because I can go in and check anyway to see if they've upgraded or not. So that's no problem at all. I've got lots of fail safes in my system, sort of thing where I can check up on things. So it makes everyone feel a lot safer because I can check up on things and no one's going to pull the wool over our eyes. So it keeps you safe and it keeps the program safe, and that's what I care about. So that Valentine's Day promotion obviously ends on Valentine's Day. The evening of Valentine's Day, my Valentine's Day, I think it's a bit... It'll be yours during that time because I'll do it about midnight. So it'll be the day after Valentine's Day, and it'll hit midnight. So it'll be February 15 here, but February 14 for just about everywhere else. So it'll be Valentine's Day. So I'll name the winners then, and I'll talk to Tom before that sort of thing to see what he's doing with Gleam and things like that, because he said he wants to match me for whatever I'm doing. So he might do the Gleam side and I'll do this side. Either way, people are going to win. And you're going to win $100 worth of Bitcoin, which is enough for one or two spots these days, or to buy something special for that special someone. It'll give you the money to do that. So, and I think that's more important than actually buying spots, because you've already bought the spots. So, you know, not everything can be about the business. If you've got spots in here and things like that, and you make a little bit of money from this, or from a competition, or because you've gone up to level 3 and you've made $100 that way from cycling, you know, and you want to buy that someone special, just, you know, something small but something that means from the heart. It doesn't have to be expensive to be something that shows how much you love someone. Okay, it all comes from the heart. Okay, I'd rather, you know, the poorest man giving his last dollar is better than the richest man giving you a Lamborghini. Okay? As long as it comes from the heart, that's what matters the most. And I've always appreciated things I've gotten from people, and it didn't have a price tag. It had love, and that's how I measure things. On how much they know me, like my son giving me my watch and that Bitcoin because he knows me. My kids giving me like dragon figurines because they know I love dragons. I had someone who had no money a couple of Christmases ago, and they sent me I just took it off from my shower. They sent me a chain with a scorpion on it because I like scorpions. A lot of people think I'm Scorpio, but I'm not. I'm an Aquarian. But it's of a scorpion, and it didn't cost a lot. But for a person who didn't have a lot, God, that meant a lot to me. And I think Bitcoin Ascension is a lot like that. It's not costing a lot and things like that. And but we're going to help so many people because we're all working together, because we're one big family right here. I mean, leaders will still always have their teams. I'm not here to take anyone's teams. I'm just here for all of us to show that all of us working together will make everyone happy, not just one or two people. You know, as I said, I had a choice: help the 5% or help the 100%, and I'll help the 100% every time. But that's me. You know, I'm a weirdo like that. You know, I don't just see the dollar. I can just see that. I don't see the dollars. I see the dreams, and I'd rather have 100% of dreams coming true than just 5%. So there you go. That's me in a bit of a nutshell. I'm going to do some explainer videos over the next couple of weeks because I've got a whiteboard. Well, Tom bought a whiteboard, so I'm going to use his whiteboard and I'll write things up on it, do a short video on it, and then wipe all that off and do another, and set up the whiteboard and then do another video to explain a lot of different things so you guys can understand it better. And if they're really, really short, like 5 minutes long or something, I can probably string quite a few together, get my son to edit them all together into a little collection that runs for like 20 minutes, and you get 4 or 5 videos sort of thing that'll explain things if they're all related to each other anyway. So I think that'd be a great way of showing people. It was suggested to me by someone today. Just little explainer videos for this and this and this and this, and it'll help people a long way, because visual and verbal is a great way of showing people how to learn. So that'd be good. It'll be things like the leaders reward bonus that I developed, my level 3 payout strategy, those two things, but maybe things like, you know, for the back office, how to navigate, what to do step by step. I've got some admins putting together that PDF still of what to do once someone says, okay, I'll join, what do I do now? We'll get that PDF going, and I may even do a little video of that sort of thing. So I have a video on it, you know, hey, so you've joined Bitcoin Ascension, welcome aboard. First thing you want to do is go to, you know, and bang, bang, bang. That's why I want to get that personal assistant software developed, but that's a lot of work. But that's something ultimately I want to bring in when we have lots and lots of people. And we may want to do some in... we've got some videos, like obviously in English and things like that. And I know Jose, I believe he did one. He showed me in English, but he's converting it because he wanted me to listen to it, and he's converted it to Portuguese, I believe. Thank you, Jose. That means a lot. But if we have other people that speak languages, other languages, Chinese, German, French, that sort of thing, if we can get some of these videos where we can convert the speech over to, like with human speech, not with robotic speech, but in a different language, because I'd rather not do it through Google Translate, because it doesn't construct the language too well. So, so if we can get people who speak those languages, we'll see if we can get some videos made, and so we can hit those countries where people don't understand English, but would love to get into something like this. We want to help everyone in the world, you know, not just the people who speak English. We want to help everyone and make the world a beautiful place. So there's a lot of countries out there that don't speak English, and they're the ones in a lot of trouble in a lot of cases. So if we can help those, it will make a big difference. So I'm thinking of anything else I had to think of. Apart from, I'm just taking the evening off. I mean, I'll still be able to talk socially, but I'm going to take a bit of an evening. I'll actually have an earlier night than what I usually do, because I'm usually going to bed so late. I'd like to wake up in the morning, sort of thing, with enough energy to actually eat some breakfast and think before I get stuck into work. But if I go to bed at 6, I'm getting up by 9, 10, and it's just getting later into the day, and there's people who have wanted me. So if I go to bed normal time-ish, for me anyway, it's usually about 3 in the morning, that's still good for me. So I don't need a lot of sleep. I just need to wake up earlier in the morning to catch people, especially the people in the UK who just go to bed and they might have a last question and things like that. So apart from that, I don't think there was anything earth-shattering. Remember the Valentine's Day competition, guys. It's still a great time to be buying positions anyway, so do it for someone you love. And you've got a chance to win $100 on Valentine's Day. Like I said yesterday, I bought my Valentine one. Someone who, I bought one for a Valentine's Day gift, and I had a few people message me saying, "Oh, who's your Valentine? Who's your Valentine?" Not saying. You'll have to try and guess. But don't. Just telling you, I can't go into the competition, but didn't want me to stop participating in. That's how much I love this program and how much I love you guys. So I just wanted to, say I've done one myself. So I was very, very happy about doing that. And I know it's going to help that person a lot. And I'm seeing all these different laughing faces, shocked faces. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I love seeing these things just dragging across all the time. All right, I'll stop blithering on. I'm glad I got my power back. Really bad electrical storm, and I'm glad I wasn't touching anything metal when that lightning strike hit. But yeah, it was a cracker. I love watching the storms and stuff. Not usually when they're that close, but we had people stuck in the lift and everything. It was hilarious. Well, not for them, but I wish I could have got them out. Where I went out to the lift to see if there's anyone there, and you could hear them on the phone. So they were getting help and everything, but they were stuck in there a long, long time before they were helped out. It was very, very dark, but my daughter's candles saved the day. Thank you, my daughter. All right, I'll definitely be starting first thing in the morning and getting all those accounts converted over for those people who gave away for the cat rescue. I'll be doing all those tomorrow, and the other competitions I ran. Finally getting those done. Sorry, I had so much to catch up on with fixing up other accounts, and they're a higher priority because the accounts that you guys have won, they're already established, so that's no problem. And if they'd flipped in the meantime, if they'd cycled in the meantime, I would have given you the money anyway. So it was no big deal. So they weren't a high priority. The high priority of people who are making accounts and can't get in for whatever reason, or people who sent me money and asked me and to buy Bitcoin off me and help me to upgrade their accounts. They're high priority as far as I'm concerned, or changing Bitcoin addresses. But these other ones weren't a high priority. That's why I wasn't rushing to get them done. Terry sent me the list for the rescue one, and I know the other people who won. I've got them written down, and so that's what I'm getting done first thing tomorrow. So I'll get all those done. So everyone will have their accounts, and I'll talk about it in my live tomorrow. But thank you for listening to me. I always listen to you. Your suggestions are gold to me. Even if there's things I've thought about, it's great to have back up on what I thought was a great idea when someone else comes up with the same idea. And it makes even more sense to me when I'm reading someone else talking about it. So I appreciate everything you guys do. I really, really do. I really appreciate you. The effort you guys put in. It's inspiring. It keeps me going and gives me so much energy. Okay, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. There'll be posts and things like that. But my next live tomorrow, as always, Amber will put this one up on YouTube, and we'll go from there. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.